The iconic floating Torii Gate stands here. The country's most powerful god of matchmaking and marriage is enshrined here. The Sea of Clouds shrouds the mountain castle here. One of the world's most undulating sand dunes extends along the coast here. And snow crabs are the quintessential winter delicacy of the locals. I'm talking about Chugoku region, the land steeped in mythology and history. Konnichiwa. Hello and welcome to another edition of Talk About Japan. I'm Mitsuaki, your guide to Japan. Japan is made up of 47 prefectures that are broadly grouped into 8 regions. Today, we'll focus on Chugoku. The Chugoku region is the main setting of Japanese mythology and has been steeped in history up to modern times. It is also a fascinating place with diversified topographies, climates, and culinary cultures. Let's first look at the overview of Chugoku and then focus on the features and attractions of each of the prefectures that make up the region. では、始めましょう! The Chugoku region is located in the westernmost part of the Honshu Island. It faces the Sea of Japan to the north and the Seto Inland Sea to the south. Chugoku region is made up of 5 prefectures, which are Shimane, Tottori, Okayama, Hiroshima, and Yamaguchi. The region has an area of 32,000 square kilometers, which represents about 8% of Japan's area, and a population of 7 million, or about 6% of the country's population. The rolling Chugoku Mountains run from east to west like a spine through the center of the region. The highest peak in the region is Mount Daisen in Tottori Prefecture at 1,729 meters. Other topographical features of the region include Tottori sand dunes with beautiful wind ripples, Lake Shinji in Shimane Prefecture, famous for its beautiful sunset, the Oki Islands, which were once a place of exile for criminals. Even emperors were exiled here after losing a political battle in Kyoto. And Yamaguchi, the region's westernmost prefecture, is famous for Akiyoshi-dai, the largest karst formation in Japan, and its underground limestone cave, Akiyoshi-do. Chugoku region's climate differs markedly between the Sea of Japan side known as San-in region and the Seto Inland Sea side known as Sanyo region, divided by the Chugoku Mountains. The Sea of Japan side in the north receives heavy snowfall in winter because of the monsoon from the northwest. In contrast, the Seto Inland Sea side has a mild climate with relatively low precipitation throughout the year due to little exposure to both summer and winter monsoons, blocked by the Chugoku Mountains and Shikoku Mountains. Chugoku region is steeped in history. The Izumo region is the main setting of Japanese mythology. The mythology tells the story of Okuninushi, a deity who ruled Japan from Izumo in modern-day Shimane Prefecture, handing over control of the country to the descendants of Amaterasu, the ancestral deity of the Japanese imperial family. The story suggests that there was a powerful kingdom in Izumo in ancient times, and that the kingdom came under the control of the Yamato kingship. The magnificent Izumo Taisha Shrine and giant burial mounds are associated with the powerful clans who once ruled the region. The Oki Islands off the coast of Shimane are known as the place where two of the emperors were exiled after losing political disputes during the Kamakura period, when the political power shifted from the imperial court in Kyoto to the shogunate government in Kamakura. Later in the Sengoku, or Japan's warring states period, many warlords rose and fell. Mori Motonari established hegemony in much of Chugoku after winning the Battle of Itsukushima in 1555. But the Mori clan lost much of their territory after losing the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600 and were left with only Choshu domain, modern-day Yamaguchi prefecture. During the subsequent 2.5 centuries of the Tokugawa shogunate rule, the Choshu domain got the cold shoulder as an outsider domain. The Choshu would finally get their revenge in the late 19th century. They formed an alliance with other outsider domain and successfully overthrew the shogunate rule, which led to the Meiji Restoration. The samurai from Choshu played a leading role in the new Meiji imperial government. Among them was Ito Hirobumi, who became Japan's first prime minister. Next, let's look at the features and attractions of each of the prefectures that make up the region. Shimane Prefecture. Among Japan's 47 prefectures, it ranks 19th in area and 46th in population. Its prefecture capital is Matsue City. And Shimane is known for Izumo Taisha Shrine. The shrine grounds are home to the majestic hall of worship, Kagura-den Hall, featuring the massive straw robes, and the main hall built in the oldest shrine architectural style in Japan. The shrine is dedicated to Okuninushi. In Japanese mythology, Okuninushi is known as the deity who handed over the country to the ancestral deities of the imperial family. But today, Okuninushi is revered as the most powerful god of matchmaking in Japan. That's why men and women from around the country come to this shrine to pray for a good match for marriage. Shimane is also famous for Matsue Castle. It is one of the only 12 castles in the country that retains the main keep in its original wooden form, and one of the 5 castles whose keeps have been designated as national treasures. Built in the early 17th century after the Battle of Sekigahara, the greatest war of the feudal Japan, the castle was long the residence of the Matsudaira clan, the descendants of Tokugawa Ieyasu, the victor of Sekigahara. Perched on a hill and surrounded by a moat and thick walls, the castle was built to withstand war, but is also known for its majestic black appearance, making it one of the most representative examples of early modern castles in Japan. The canals were built throughout the town for the protection of the castle and are largely unchanged since their construction over 400 years ago. A good way to enjoy the city is to take the canal boat cruise that offers a variety of beautiful scenery, including the magnificent appearance of Matsue Castle. Tottori Prefecture. Among Japan's 47 prefectures, it ranks 41st in area and 47th in population, meaning it is the country's least populated prefecture. Its prefecture capital is Tottori City. And Tottori is known for Tottori sand dunes. Tottori is best known for its sand dunes, which run 16 kilometers east to west and 2.4 kilometers north to south. The dunes have some of the world's largest undulations. Delicate wind-rippled waves spread across the enormous dunes, the movement of the tides and the coastal winds continuously shape the sand dunes and provide an ever-changing landscape. You can enjoy various fun activities here, such as camel riding or paragliding. Tottori is also famous for snow crabs. The prefecture boasts the largest catch of snow crabs in all of Japan, even beating out Hokkaido, which is very famous for seafood. Snow crab caught off the shores of San-in region is known as Matsuba crab and is the Tottori's quintessential winter food. It can be served grilled, boiled, as sashimi, or in hot pot. Okayama Prefecture. Among Japanese prefectures, it ranks 17th in area and 20th in population. Its prefecture capital is Okayama City. And Okayama is known for the Kurashiki Bikan Historical Quarter. Kurashiki flourished in the Edo period as a center for the cotton trade and was granted the special status of tenryo, or territory under the direct rule of the shogunate. Many boats traveled along the Kurashiki River, which runs through the town and was lined with townhouses and storehouses. The Bikan Historical Quarter retains the beautiful townscape of the bygone days, with the white plaster walls of the townhouses reflecting on the surface of the river water. The district is also nice for an evening stroll. The area around the Kurashiki River is lit up every evening during the Spring Light Festival celebrated in March. Okayama is also famous for Bichu Matsuyama Castle. Bichu Matsuyama Castle stands on a steep mountain in Takahashi City. Among the country's 12 castles that preserve the original keeps built in the feudal era, it is the only mountain castle standing at an elevation of 430 meters. During the Sengoku or Warring States period, many castles were built on mountains for defensive purposes, but they came to be built in more accessible locations, such as on a hill or flat plain, as Japan entered the era of peace. Bichu Matsuyama Castle is a valuable heritage site that retains the vestiges of a mountain castle from the Warring States period. From autumn to spring, a sea of clouds covers the mountains of Takahashi early in the morning, making the castle seem as if it were floating in the sky. Hiroshima Prefecture. Among Japanese prefectures, it ranks 11th in area and 12th in population. Its prefecture capital is Hiroshima City. And Hiroshima is known for Hiroshima Peace Memorial. The city of Hiroshima was the first city in human history to be attacked by atomic bomb. The bomb, dropped on the 6th of August 1945, completely devastated the city, resulted in an estimated death toll of roughly 140,000 by the end of the year. Hiroshima Peace Memorial, originally built as the Prefectural Industrial Promotion Hall before World War II, is one of the few buildings that remains standing after the bombing. It is preserved as a memorial to remember the tragedy of nuclear weapons and to wish for peace. Hiroshima is also famous for Itsukushima Shrine. Itsukushima Shrine is a vermilion lacquered structure built on the sea with Itsukushima Island itself as its object of worship. Behind the shrine building is a rich virgin forest that is protected in perpetuity from felling. The shrine is dedicated to the three female deities worshipped as the goddesses of seas and storms. The magnificent buildings were donated by Taira no Kiyomori, the powerful warrior aristocrat of the late Heian period. The shrine was deeply revered by imperial family, samurai, and commoners alike. The shrine is most famous for its iconic floating torii gate, whose foundation pillars are submerged in water at high tide, making for a fantastic sight. Yamaguchi Prefecture. Among Japanese prefectures, it ranks 23rd in area and 27th in population. Its prefectural capital is Yamaguchi City. And Yamaguchi is known for Kintaikyo Bridge. The Kintaikyo Bridge in Iwakuni City is one of the most famous and marvelous bridges in Japan. The wooden bridge has 5 broad arches on massive stone pillars across the Nishiki River. The main part of Kintaikyo Bridge is built using a traditional Japanese architectural technique combining 2 or more pieces of wood, with no gaps between them, achieving both beauty and high strength. The backside of the bridge possesses a marvelous geometric beauty. From season to season, the landscapes change color. In the spring, the cherry trees along the banks of the Nishiki River all bloom at once, enveloping the bridge in cherry blossom colors. Yamaguchi is also known for producing many of the anti-shogunate activists of the Bakumatsu period, known as Shishi. Bakumatsu refers to the final years of the Tokugawa shogunate rule that were marked by extreme political change. The radical samurai of the Choshu domain, the present-day Yamaguchi prefecture, set out to overthrow the shogunate rule that had lasted for 2 centuries and a half. Some of the notable figures are Yoshida Shoin, one of the most distinguished intellectuals in the Bakumatsu period, who nurtured many Shishi activists in a private academy known as Shoka Sonjuku in Hagi. Takasugi Shinsaku, a leader of the anti-shogunate movement in the Choshu domain, and known for creating the Kiheitai, a volunteer militia made up of men from all classes, including farmers and merchants, which was highly unusual in the class-ridden society of the Edo period. And Katsura Kogoro, a master swordsman who was instrumental in toppling the Tokugawa shogunate. He later became a distinguished statesman of the Meiji period as Kido Takayoshi. And Yamaguchi is visited by many Japanese to commemorate the lives, achievements, and the history of the samurai who shaped the course of Japan during one of the most turbulent and dynamic periods in its history. These are just some of the features and attractions of Chugoku. The Chugoku region is a fascinating place where you can experience the depth of history, rich culture, and splendor of nature. Now over to you. If you have been to any of the prefectures in Chugoku, please share your recommended places to visit or attractions. And if you have never been to Chugoku, what are something in this video that you found interesting? Please write down in the comments down below. And to everyone, thank you for watching. ありがとうございました。さよなら。